Hello, welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, July 7th, 2021. We have a few things to talk about, so let's get started. Charles Edson may not be the first name that pops into your mind when you think of Sasquatch Bigfoot. But I just read a book by him called My Travels with Bigfoot. It's an interesting book. There may be a bit of BS thrown in though. He supposedly had several face-to-face encounters. I don't know how true that is. This is a photograph of Charles Edson holding a footprint cast. This article was written right around the time his book was released. It was transcribed to this website. I just don't know what to believe about what he claims to have seen. He calls it, or the Karak tribe calls it the Marakarara, which means giant mountain creature. One thing I noticed that he noted is that these creatures apparently, supposedly, don't like metal, they don't like logging equipment. In other words, they don't like cameras, they don't like rifles or guns or anything like that. Which may explain why sometimes these creatures, what was I going to say? Sometimes these creatures act a bit aggressively sometimes. But I don't know. It's interesting to think about, but who knows? Here's a video from TikTok, supposedly the clearest video yet. Wait, I thought the Patterson-Gimlin film was the clearest film. Well, let's take a look at this video and see what we think.
He's got a talk show.
There's the supposed Sasquatch. Hmm. That to me looks very much like a person in a costume. It just does. Looks like a person in a costume.
Disease, but out of all the diseases, I think you got the best one. Says it's the only disease where you get to drink all the time. It says you go to a bar, you meet a girl who's got the same disease as you do. And he's got a talk show.
It just looks too much like somebody in a suit. No, you compare it to the Patterson-Gimlin film. The Patterson-Gimlin film looks really good. And it does. This is interesting. I still think this is probably a guy in a suit, or it could be a woman. Who knows? I don't want to misgender and assume gender or anything like that. Here's an interesting article. Is a Bigfoot roaming woods of St. Lawrence County? This is in New York State. Not sure how far St. Lawrence County is from Whitehall, New York. Apparently, there was a sighting on June 20th. Individual spotted what he believed was a Sasquatch. This is a pretty hot report. There's a group called the Seaway Valley Bigfoot Research. A fellow named Dean Gleason. That's this individual with what appears to be a footprint cast. He's been doing this for 10 years. Interesting. So, some very interesting stuff. If this is in the Adirondacks, which it seems to be, this stands to reason that there may be a Bigfoot or two somewhere around in that area. Finally, unfortunately, we have a passing to report on. Bigfoot artist Paul Smith has passed away. Passed away on June 27th of this year, just about 2 weeks ago. He was a tremendous artist, and his artwork was even included on the cover of Lauren Coleman's Bigfoot, The True Story of Apes in America. This is just some of his artwork through the years. Sasquatch Revealed 2020, International Cryptozoology Museum. He had a pretty tragic run of news in the last year. Found out he had pancreatic cancer, and his daughter passed away of cancer at her home on March 15th. This is his self-portrait, entitled it Farewell. All I can say is rest in peace, Paul Smith. Certainly his contributions won't be forgotten, that's for sure. And that's going to do it for this week. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, you guys. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I will continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And hey, until 2 weeks from now, y'all be good or be good at it. This is HBM, Cryptid-Corner.